What's up, you beautiful souls? So today we are on our way to one of the wonders of the world. I'll let you guess which one. We're in Mexico, so it shouldn't be too hard. So follow us along. Here we go. I'm not going to be able to talk too much because they're requiring that you have to have your mask on throughout the entire tour or any time that you're here. Let's explore.
Firstly, let me say that we booked our trip through lifesabeach.mx, and the link is in the description, so if you happen to be in the Quintana Roo area, you might want to check it out. Now, this experience was highly informative, and our guide did a great job of cramming in a lot of interesting information in the hour tour. In fact, here are 5 things you may not have known about Chichen Itza. Number 1. The city of Chichen Itza had a population of approximately 35,000 Mayas. Chichen Itza was about 740 acres in size. Even though the Arabs and Indians were the ones who invented the number 0, the Mayas were the first ones to use it. Number 3. The Mayas had a very interesting way of counting, which was mainly in increments of 20, 10 fingers, 10 toes. However, for the Mayas, the belly button represented 0 because it is where all life begins. The main temple El Castillo was built to serve the Maya god Kukulkan. El Castillo has a total of 364 steps, 91 on each side of the temple. However, the first step, which wraps around the entire base of the temple, represents 0, though when counted, becomes the 365th step, which just so happens to coincide with the numbers of days in a year. Pretty interesting, right?
This is the Mayan temple of Kukulkan that is located in Chichen Itza. Around sunset, there's a very interesting solar experience that occurs when the light hits the temple, and it looks as if it is the back of the snakes. As you can see there's snake heads at the very bottom. So as it hits the side, it looks like the back of a serpent that is climbing all the way to the top. Those are the tails right there.
Another oddly yet interesting design about the temple of Kukulkan is when you stand in front of the steps and clap your hands, the echo that reverberates off El Castillo is said to sound like the beautiful Mayan bird, the quetzal.
Dicen, escuchan. ¿Escuchó? ¿You hear that? Una vez más, ahora acá. Dicen.
So this area is where the Mayans had their sporting event, a 7-on-7 match where the loser pretty much had the idea that they would get killed and reincarnated. Anybody knows a little bit more, guys, please leave some comments in the comments section and inform our fellow viewers if you know or have a little bit more information about this. But it was a lot to soak in, but it was a very beautiful experience. And what did you think about Chichen Itza and like the tour that we received here?
Chichen Itza, this town is quite amazing. But I think really you need to have the information to gather all this amazingness. If you just see the buildings, it's like, wow, it's super nice. But you not get overwhelmed. So you really, I at least need all the information to get.
I mean, I thought the tour guide, he gave a pretty good explanation. You know, he did his best to try to, like, you know, jump back and forth between English and Spanish. So I really thought that was like very.
And he was really competent. Could answer any question, and it was super interesting for me. It makes the cycle for all the Mexican culture. So all the symbols makes more sense.
With the Mayan and everything else.
And to figure all this information out by your own is like kind of
that would be
like
very
homework.
difficult. That would be very We've been here for probably like almost an hour right now, and he's been almost talking for like at least a good maybe 80% of the time, you know. We've just been walking around, so so if you guys are really interested, I would definitely say, you know, get some water, get a lot of water when you come out here, because there's not too much shade, but especially when it comes to like experiencing the temples and everything else and walking around. And if you have a tour guide, I think it will help you to understand a little bit more, because if you just walk around, I don't think you really get a sense of appreciation of everything that this place has to offer, from like the sounds, the acoustics, you know, and then the those clappings that need to be there's some very like very minute details that, you know, that he kind of shows you, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know. And then of course the information that he also gives you as well. So that would be my take. I think it's really good. I think it's definitely worth it if you end up coming. Once the world opens up again, you guys should definitely check out one of these wonders of the world. Chichen Itza is definitely worth it. The weather out here in Mexico is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's lovely. And anyway. So now, speaking of weather, it's pretty hot. So the next thing we're going to do now is head on over to a cenote. So, see you guys.